Welcome to this week's Game News Show. We have several stories up this week, starting with some weird stuff with Xbox Game Pass, Sonic, and then Pokemon. Yeah, let's get to it. So let's kick it off. Quantum Break, the Xbox One title, was in the news today because it is leaving Xbox Game Pass, which is weird because it's a first-party title, and those shouldn't leave Game Pass by definition. But here we are. Well, we did get an official update from Remedy Entertainment saying, don't worry, Quantum Break will be coming back to Game Pass. It's being temporarily removed due to some licenses that expired that were in the process of being renewed. So it looks like just a game can be taken off and then put back on, which we know. I mean, games have left and come back. But not even Microsoft themselves can fight their own licensing issues that just are kind of prevalent across the industry. It's weird. People were upset. People were concerned. I'd like to play this game. I've never, ever played it, but it always looks good. But yeah, if you like Quantum Break and didn't buy it and we're playing it on Game Pass, don't worry. It's coming back. Probably in a couple of weeks, maybe a week. I don't know. I don't know how long these things take. But anyway, speaking of Game Pass, we got an update graphic. I guess we can jump back and look at this one too. We got some titles coming, most notably on here, Ghostwire Tokyo, which I believe was a PlayStation exclusive for a little bit, and Minecraft Legends, which is launching. Ghostwire Tokyo will be available on April 12th, and Minecraft Legends officially releases on April 18th. These other games, I mean, okay, they exist. I don't know what else you want me to say about them. NHL 23, all right, it's hockey. I like hockey. I don't know enough about it. I'd love to learn more. I used to be big into it as a kid. Don't remember the rules. Anyway, a game we haven't talked about in a while, Overwatch 2. A new hero was announced for Season 4, Lifeweaver. He's a support. He has some pretty cool looking abilities. There's a event that will launch with him on Season 4 where you'll be able to play as him in an all Lifeweaver game mode. There'll be some unlockables you can get in this event, and I believe a chance or a way to unlock him by playing in the event, but that's not really clear. Some places were saying you can. Some places were saying it's only for a limited time. He'll be free. If you buy the battle pass, you'll definitely unlock him. We'll see when it launches, I guess. It's very confusing. I just, the announcement of a new character is kind of cool. Good to see a support character coming. His abilities look really neat. I would say just go watch the trailer because I won't explain them very well, except that he has a platform that he raises up. Or it triggers when like somebody walks on it, and that looked great for just trolling a ton of different characters. But anyway, so it looks cool. It's gonna be neat. We hadn't played Overwatch on the channel in a while. I haven't personally played it in a while because I just feel like the progression isn't as fun as it used to be. But hey, a new hero might bring me back. We might check it out soon. All right, moving on. If you were trying to get a Xbox Series S or X expansion drive card, it's a memory card, right? It's an SSD in a memory card form factor. Well, your previous options were only limited to Seagate, and they were expensive. Well, now, while not officially announced, leaked by Best Buy, which has since taken down the images, we saw Western Digital marketing their Black Series SSD as the Xbox storage expansion. It'd be $180 for a terabyte, no official release date. All I can say is even the rumors of this got people excited because the Seagate cards, if they're available, are still like $200. But they announced this thing. Well, they didn't announce this, leaked, and the Seagate cards are now $180 all of a sudden. Surprise, surprise. Isn't competition grand? I think it's great. I have been wanting to pick up a storage expansion card to move between my office Xbox and my living room Xbox, so I don't have to keep re-downloading the same things over and over. I can just move stuff back and forth that way. I think that would save me some time. I think it would be a lot easier than having to delete stuff and re-download it constantly. But that's just me. The only thing that's kept me from getting it is the Seagate cards are super expensive. I mean, the Series S is what, $300? The 1 terabyte storage is 2/3 of the cost of that. It's a bit weird. I don't want to pay over half of the cost of a Series S just to get like double the memory that it currently has. So it's good. More competition for them, more licensing that Xbox did to get more people making the storage expansions. I wonder who else would be on that. I don't know. I would hope that other manufacturers could get on board. All right. Now, on to some of the bigger stories. Well, the biggest story, I think, from the last 7 days of game news. E3 officially put to rest last week. We found out on March 30th via Wario64. Here we can look at it bigly. It's official. E3 is canceled. That news comes from, that links to an IGN article. Basically, the ESA realized that, they had to cancel the show. A bunch of people pulled out. A bunch of people weren't even going. It's a combination of factors. I think streaming, Nintendo Direct, State of Play, Xbox event styles of presentations have just killed live conferences. Nobody wants to do that. And I also think COVID just messed with a lot of stuff. Having the show not show up for like 3 years, really, or was it 2? I don't know. Time is weird. But anyway, E3 not existing in a physical form the last couple of years really hurt the show. I think companies realized it's cheaper to just put together our own video that we can announce things at our pace. We don't have to do a stage. We don't have to do all this big stuff. We don't have to bring demos. Yeah, it's cheaper. It's easier. I like being able to do reaction streams. I always wanted to go to an E3 or an E3 style event. Still looking at doing cons someday. But as long as those are around, I guess. But I think the biggest thing to take away from this is these big shows were costing companies more than they were probably getting out of it. At a certain time, back in the early 2000s, late 90s, E3 made a lot of sense. It was the easiest way to get the news out there, get people hands-on, drum up hype, get the press talking about your products. It was huge. I always loved that time of the year. It was kind of funny. I don't have the tweet here, but we got literally like within minutes of the E3 dead post, we had Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest and Jeff Keighley himself posting about Summer Game Fest happening. And it was just kind of like, oh, okay. Well, move on from that really fast. But I mean, Summer Games Fest is going to be how you get your gaming news now, I guess, for the summer of big game releases and announcements. That's what it is. So yeah, rip E3. Really sad to see it go, but things are changing. It's all streaming now. All right, moving on. Pokemon Stadium on Nintendo Switch. We knew this was coming. We didn't have a release date. We have a release date, April 12th. It's coming out officially. I love the thumbnail because if you look at Snorlax, I got to make this one big too. He just looks ridiculous. I'm sorry. Let's stay focused here. No transfer pack capability, but mostly because the games aren't, the Pokemon games aren't on the Game Boy app for Nintendo Switch Online. So you're not playing them. You can't transfer anything. It's a weird release without them because to me, with the mini games and like the rental teams, it just doesn't seem as fun. Like the whole premise of Pokemon Stadium was take your team from Pokemon Red and Blue and put it in the N64 game to battle your Pokemon in 3D and go through the game with your Pokemon. So it's weird. I honestly think they had to push this release out and maybe something delayed the classic Pokemon games launching on Game Boy on Nintendo Switch Online. Those are too many words to describe that. But anyway, the Pokemon game's coming to Switch Online. We don't know if it's confirmed. Nobody can confirm it or has confirmed it. I don't know. It's all speculation that it's coming. We all assume that it's coming. If it doesn't, that would surprise people. But I just think it's weird that it wouldn't. And so we've already seen there's some evidence that the transfer pack and the link cable capabilities are all in the Switch emulators for N64 and Game Boy. And like all of this should work theoretically. I don't know. Maybe Nintendo's still working on a solid way to get the transfer pack emulated on the Switch. Who knows, really? But yeah, it's a weird release. I'm excited to play it, but I'm not going to play it much. I mean, really, it's just mini games. The main stuff being limited to the rental Pokemon is just, I don't know. It's like renting the game from Blockbuster, but not having the transfer pack or your own copy of Pokemon. It's like, well, it's a Pokemon game, but what's the point? Anyway, all right, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, we're talking about some stuff from April Fool's this weekend. The bigger thing, the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a game that released. It was a April Fool's game, but it's a real game. It's a murder mystery / visual novel type game. I installed it. I don't know. I played it for like 5 seconds and then I moved on. I don't think it's going to keep my attention. Maybe we'll play it on stream one day. I don't know. But it's a totally real April Fool's game and has spawned this official art of Sonic laying on the ground with a captain's hat. And it just is entertaining to me. I don't know why. Anyway, longtime Sonic fan. That art is official and officially funny. But yeah, check it out. It's totally free on Steam. Funny April Fool's joke. Might be a fun game. I don't know. Visual novels aren't really my thing. It's got some good art. Besides the dead Sonic that's been on screen for far too long. It's got some good art. We've got Asus announced on April 1st of all days. Totally not an April Fool's joke. Totally real product. The ROG Ally. It's basically a Steam Deck, but not made by Steam or running SteamOS. It looks like it's running Windows. No official release date or price. There's some specs rolling around out there. I don't know. I don't see the appeal. Maybe I don't know. Handheld systems like this. I don't even play my Switch in handheld mode, guys. When I do, I want to just put it on the TV. So if it docks to a TV, cool. But it's speculated to be around $250. You can get on a waiting list at Best Buy if you are curious about getting it. I guess I don't know. It's a thing. But anyway, all right, that does it for the game news this week. Go get yourself on the waiting list for the ROG Ally. Let me know in the comments if you're excited about Pokemon Stadium, or if you're sad about E3, or any of the other news we covered. Thanks for checking out this far. If you're watching on YouTube after the fact, hit subscribe, hit like, leave me a comment. If you're watching live, we're about to play some Pokemon Violet after I get everything all moved back over. But yeah, see ya.